This is the Mobile App Minute, a weekly look at how to market your mobile app in a noisy world. Here are your hosts, Rob Woodbridge and Peggy Ann Souls.
Welcome back. This is the Mobile App Minute. My name right here is Rob.
And I'm Peggy.
All right, you know I love video. I do it for a living. I do video for a living, but making a successful app is far greater. The process is far greater than just listening to your customers. You have to listen to your customers to build the app, but then you have to actually put some marketing in place in order to be able to sell the app and show them exactly what your app can do and why they should download it. Seeing is believing. That's where video comes in. And it is very important to build a video that demonstrates the app usage and potential value that your customer will get before they download this app. You do it, why? So that you can convince them to download it once you've got their attention. It's clear that video can help app developers promote their app. Peggy, how do they get started?
It's a great question. Very important timing now, Rob, because of course the App Store, the iOS 8 App Store, is going to be allowing and enabling and empowering app developers to promote their apps using videos. So it's really time, if you haven't got your head around video yet, this is the time to start. And if we take a step back for a moment, I mean, you should be using video even outside the App Store to promote your app anyway, even before this new operating system release, because, it's the way to get your message across. It shows what your app does. It gets the message out about the value proposition, what's unique about your app in a very short period of time. It's catchy. I mean, hey, we're the Viner generation. App videos, app promos, that's going to be table stakes. So it's all about using that mobile app moment, as it were, that 60 seconds or less, less, to get people excited about your app and also distribute that app, not just the app promo I'm talking about for the iTunes App Store, but I'm saying, a proper app promo video out to the press, out to influencers, out on your website. YouTube is a second search engine, right? So get it out there. And you have to use that video, and you have to start making one now, I would say.
So there's a challenge because there's a 30-second limit inside of the App Store, isn't there? And then you get into this whole world of the segmentation, because if you're going to do it for the App Store, you'll do one for the iPhone and the iPad, but then that doesn't fly when you try to do one for Android, right? So there are these videos have to be recreated, and this all of a sudden becomes a pretty big process in order to be able to get your video out there to promote it on all platforms.
Yeah, it is work, but again, it's worth it. I mean, you have the guidelines now, the App Store guidelines. They state very clearly the criteria for the app promos down to the resolution. So, there are requirements there, but in a nutshell, it has to be up to 60 seconds. This is for Apple now. Yep. Up to 30 seconds rather. Not look like an ad, and be composed primarily of footage that is actually captured with the device. So that means with iOS 8 and the upcoming Mac OS, Yosemite, devs can capture the footage easily, but to your point, absolutely, you have to have something else for Google Play, and you should have a proper video, that is for everybody else. So it is some work, but again, I think it's worth it because it's the best way to show what your app does and get people excited about it.
So the fall marks this brand new era. It's like Apple's given us a stamp of approval to build videos now, even though a lot of companies and a lot of app developers have been doing this before. But if you missed this opportunity, here is your chance to get on the video promotion bandwagon. What are some of the tips about making videos that we can provide to the app developers? Some good, short, sweet, to the point tips.
Okay, short and sweet, and that's the first one. Be short. Okay, you need to be short. You need to be informative. You need to be clear about your app. What is it? What is special about it? To do that, prepare, write a script, create a storyboard. Make sure you're emphasizing the unique selling point about your app. I mean, and for app previews, okay, it's based on captured footage, that's clear, but liven it up with text. Have a voiceover. Relevant screen captures, tell the story. If you have a utility app, show how you use it. Use a touch indicator to show if you do this and do that, that will happen. If it's a game, if it's entertainment, then show me some of that exciting gameplay, some of that best gameplay rather. And also very important, tell me up front if you're doing in-app purchases. What am I going to pay for? What am I getting? What's the value proposition here? And don't overproduce. It's short sentences, short, sweet, to the point. Bullet points even work. So this is where I was particularly impressed by the work of Apptamin. That's a French-based company. It produces app videos and game trailers for app developers, startups, Fortune 500 companies, among their clients, Intel, for example. And I'm also really impressed with the blog because it lists a lot of these tips all about, app marketing, but also, app video do's and don'ts. So I'm making that among others, my required reading, because I intend also to be guest blogging there. I also had the pleasure of connecting with Sylvain Gauchet. He's the company's co-founder at a conference where we were both speaking, and he didn't just share some advice, he used video to show it. So here, for example, is the app preview video Apptamin did for an app called Reap Tail Me Not. And what we're seeing here is his advice in action in an app preview following app guidelines and feedback from Apple. So the flow here in the app preview, is very clear, shows you the key features of the app. And if we were listening to the text and not me, right, you would find out that it's simple, professional voiceover, addressing the user as you, as a person, explaining very clearly how to use the app, the benefits around it, how to use the coupons, etc. Really interesting is some feedback that Sylvain got directly from Apple on this. He did testing and he found out, for example, it's not necessary to start the video with a logo or an icon of the app because, hey, you're in the App Store. Why waste those precious seconds showing again an icon of the app or the title of the app? The user knows where he is. So, that's what he found out, and then that was tweaked to allow for that. Another point was tweaking the text, the voiceover to downplay the sales speak and really talk about the value of the app. I mean, Apple, once you talk about the value of the app, not sell the app, it's not an ad. So all of that, very important advice, and I cannot overemphasize how important a script here is. You have to tell the user very clearly, navigate them through the app, and the voiceover is going to be that beacon in a way. It's going to take them through the app, do it very clearly. So a question that I hear is, well, how do I write a script? And for people like us, Rob, that's natural. That's falling off a log, right? Especially you in Canada. Didn't say that, but yes, okay. Some lumberjack jokes. So I'd like to go back again to some advice from Sylvain because he does this for a living. That's what they do at Apptamin. And some great way to start here is start with your app description. Right? That's the best description of your app and what it does. It's like the Reader's Digest of your app. It tells everyone very, very short, very succinct about your app. So start there. Work from the description, boil it down into a couple of bullet points. That's a great place to start.
Don't forget to come back next week for our next episode.